Hello everyone, welcome to the channel. I hope you are having a great day. In today's story, am I the idiot for booking to go away the same weekend as my boyfriend, leaving him to look after our daughter? My boyfriend and I have a 3-year-old daughter together. He used to go away very occasionally by himself, before we had her, and this has increased quite a lot since she was born. Not for long periods, just a night or two. He also visits his daughter from a previous relationship, which is fine, but I am mentioning because it is relevant for later. He is notoriously bad for informing me when he is going away. He always claims he told me and I forgot. There have been times where he has arranged to see his daughter on weekends, when plans have already been made. Once I had arranged for my mum to babysit for our anniversary and for us to go out. Another time I was meant to be attending a baby shower and needed him to watch our daughter. Another, I had arranged to go to the theater with a friend. His daughter lives quite far away, so he wouldn't have made it back in time to watch our child. He was fully aware of all these plans and claimed he forgot when arranging to see his daughter. I didn't ask him to cancel as it is not fair on her, so I had to make other arrangements in each case. Obviously, he had been going away less because of restrictions, but as soon as they eased he has been going away. I have never had a night away from our daughter. I had made a couple of plans, but each time they got cancelled. He says he encourages me to go away and he is not stopping me. I have tried to explain that his going away so much does stop me, as someone needs to look after our child. In the summer, I have arranged to see my friend for a couple of days. I told him about it and he said I couldn't do it on that date, because he was going on a cycle holiday. I told him he hasn't told me anything about this, and yet again, he claims he did and I forgot. He asked me to cancel it, saying I could go to my friends anytime. I could rearrange it, but feel I shouldn't have to. He could also rearrange his plans. So, I have been refusing to change my plans, and he is now sulking. Am I the idiot for not rearranging my plans? Edit, I had got a family calendar when the issues of him double booking seeing his daughter arose. The problem is he will only write in it if I nag him to do so, or he will say he will do it later, and to not treat him like a child. Well, if you don't want to be treated like a child, don't act like one. I don't know if he's just clueless or if he really has no respect for your time, your plans, or that part of your life that doesn't involve him or your daughter. If it's the first case, he needs to grow up and wake up, but if it's the other, you have a bigger problem. He needs to learn that the world doesn't revolve around him. It's clear that his elder daughter is a priority to him, as she should be, but you and your daughter should be too. The plans that he made with you, or that will affect you, should be the first to be notified to you, and he should have that as a priority too. So, dude, write your plans on your calendar. Is that simple? Also, this thing about him saying he tells you his plans and you always forget is very weird. Do you have the habit of forgetting things with others like that? Because if this only happens to him, it seems like he's trying to gaslight you to make you believe all this is your fault here. You two are in a relationship, you live together, you have a daughter who needs your care. If either of you makes plans to spend the night or an extended period away, the other needs to be informed in advance. That's what adults do. But it seems he doesn't care about that. For him, you're the one who's always available and willing to change your plans to accommodate his. And that's not good, OP, not at all. Not the idiot. OP also gives more info about her situation. In response to an info request about what the boyfriend is like as a father. He loves our daughter to pieces, but is very much for the fun stuff. He has started helping a bit more. For the last year also he has been helping with part-time and bedtime. Before that it was just me doing those things. She wakes up regularly in the night, and it is always me tending to her. He says it's not his fault, he is a heavier sleeper. I have had to wake him before when she has been up from 1 a.m. and not settling back down, and I had work in the morning, so I could get a couple of hours sleep before work. Well, that is the least he can do. And what do you guys think of this situation? What do you think OP should do? Do you think she should change her plans because of her boyfriend again? Don't forget to leave your thoughts down below. Now let's go to the update. Update: am I the idiot for booking to go away the same weekend as my boyfriend, leaving him to look after our daughter? Not sure if anyone really wanted an update, but the situation came to a head, so I just wanted to vent. Thank you for everyone who commented. So I had a word with him about the family calendar, and people's suggestions about if it's not on the calendar, it doesn't exist. Making sure my time away was on there. He seemed to go along with it and said he would reschedule his cycle trip. Great, I thought. Until it came to the morning of the trip. My boyfriend often gets up super early and I roll over and go back to sleep, so I thought nothing of it when he was up early. Heard the door open, but just presumed he was taking out the bins or something. When I woke up, I couldn't find him and the car was gone. Tried to phone him, no answer, and some of his stuff had gone. I asked my neighbor to check his garage for my boyfriend's bike, where he keeps it, and it was also gone. Confused and quietly seething at this point, try his phone a couple more times. Nothing. Phone my friend at this point, saying I can't find him and will probably miss my train. About midday, I got a phone call. He had gone on his trip. What a surprise. Then tell me to go check the calendar. He has tipped out my writing and written in his trip. What an a-hole. I say a few choice words to him. He basically says it's my fault, as I should have got up earlier, so I told him that he won, and he is now free to go on as many cycle trips as he wants now. Good, dump his ass. Friend suggested taking the kids to the seaside. Her son is a similar age, and we spent the next day at the beach and had a nice time. Told him not to come back. He says I'm overreacting, but I am done. You are not overreacting, OP, you're definitely not. This man is a manipulative jerk. He knew he was wrong, that's why he did all that while you were sleeping, instead of having an actual conversation with you. You are right, all he thinks is winning, he doesn't care about you. So now he want a kick on the butt. Please keep your decision, this man is no good. Update. He came back on Sunday. Unfortunately, I can't change locks due to renting. He came back like nothing had really happened. Typical. I calmly asked him to leave, as our daughter was about to sleep. He said he wasn't going anywhere and he would watch her next week, so I could go away. I said I couldn't believe he had completely missed the point of what he had done. He didn't, he just doesn't care. I called my brother and asked him to pick us up. We have been staying there until I can sort out the practical parts of the split. X has been called non-stop and turned up at my brother's house, where brother turned him away. He has finally apologized, but I said I am still done, I just don't have the energy or the will anymore. OP also tell us. We rent, both names on the lease. I'm hoping he will do the sensible thing and stay with his friend. Unfortunately, the reality is that I can't kick him out and change the locks. Also, little updates in the comments from OP. I'm back at the flat now with my daughter. X is staying with a friend who has a spare room. He is helping out with the rent a bit, until I can find somewhere more affordable. The last 2 weeks, he has had on Saturday and he has turned up. He is giving me child support at the moment, which we are just doing directly between us. He seems to think he is just giving me space, despite the fact that I have told him I am done. My priority for the moment is making sure my daughter is as settled as possible. It has been very difficult for her not having him around as much as she used to. I'm still at the flat until the lease is up. X is still at a friend's as far as I know. He has started seeing someone else, and visits with our daughter have become a little bit sporadic. But it's only been a month, and he only sees her once a week anyway, so I will give it a little bit longer, and if he keeps messing around, I think I may have to go to court. I don't want to stop her seeing her dad, but also I don't want him constantly letting her down. Well, OP, I agree that you should think about what's best for your daughter, and honestly, I think taking him to court is the safest choice here. At least, this way things are clearly stipulated, and at least in that aspect, he won't leave her hanging. And what do you guys think? What do you think OP should do? Also, it seems that OP didn't stick with her decision to stay separated from her ex, and they got back together. But why do I get the feeling that wasn't a good idea? Oh, and I hope you are enjoying the video so far. If so, don't forget to leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the notifications to know when a new video is out. Now let's go to the next story/update. I feel broken. Reconciled with my ex and he blew our holiday fund in a strip club. I, 33 female, broke up with my boyfriend, 35 male, of 8 years, about 9 months ago. We have a 4-year-old daughter together. He was always leaving on bike rides and overriding any plans I might have had. The last straw was him leaving early in the morning to go on a cycle holiday, when I had explicitly said I was going away for the weekend, and he needed to care for our daughter. So I left him. We co-parented together well for a while, then he started seeing someone and became disinterested in our daughter. Fast forward to 3 months ago, he started to show interest again in seeing our daughter. He was single again. No surprise in that, now that he doesn't have a girlfriend anymore, his child is important again. A-hole. I tried to keep our relationship purely about her, but I gave in. Oh boy. I let myself be sucked in with his crappy promises, and agreed to start dating him again. I will be honest, my heart had broken for my daughter for the last 6 months, and if I had a chance to make it work I felt I owed it to her. We said we would go on holiday together, so we started putting some money in a jar kept in my flat. This weekend he said he would take it to book a holiday and put the rest in himself, was about £300. Didn't see him after he left the flat, we are still living separately, so I didn't think anything of it. One of his friend's girlfriends texted me this morning, and told me they had all been to a bachelor party. Her boyfriend had mentioned and my ex was dropping a lot of money in there. I confronted him and he admitted using the holiday money. Oh my god. I just don't know what to do. We are done, forever done, but I just don't know how I will move past this. I can't believe you actually got back with him, you've been burned time and time again. He only took interest in your daughter after he broke up with the person he was seeing. He is not a good father to her, that's all you need to know. I feel like an idiot, he kept saying how irrational it was to leave him in the first place over something so minor. Saying how my stubbornness was affecting our daughter. Finally I came to the realization that I was setting up my daughter for a poor image of how you should be treated. I want better for her. Currently, I'm just in contact with his mom and if he wants to see her it will be via her, at least for the time being. Oh my god. What's wrong with this man? No, OP, you didn't overreact when you dumped him, and you didn't just end the relationship for that reason, that was the last straw. But he still can't admit his mistakes, or worse, he still thinks he didn't make any. What a jerk. I also wonder if OP's plan wasn't just her going to visit a friend, if it was something related to work or someone's health, would he have done the same thing? Part of me wants to think he would act differently and help OP, but another thinks he would be selfish the same way. To him, his decisions are more important than hers, and that's it. Anyway, the last few months have proven what an idiot and bad father he is. Just because he and OP weren't together, he shouldn't have neglected their daughter, but he did. And only remembered that he was a father when he became single again. Good God. Now let's read OP's last post, at least for now. Am I the idiot for not giving my ex our old baby stuff? I, 33 female, was with my ex, 35 male, for about 8 years, we share a daughter together. For some background, the last year has been a difficult one, we broke up after he snuck out on a cycling holiday, when I was due to go away with a friend. I stupidly started dating him again, I had insisted that we go slowly. We were putting away some cash to go on holiday as a family, which he ended up taking out of my flat and blowing in a strip club. So we fully ended about 2 months ago. Now it turns out he's going to be a father again. Oh my god. From what I can gather, the woman is past the 12-week mark. When I was dropping off my daughter for the weekend, he mentioned the pregnancy and if he could have the baby stuff I had from when our daughter was little, that we were saving for a potential second. I told him he's welcome to take anything that he bought, which is the grand total of a novelty baby grow and a hat. Obviously now I don't need the stuff and I don't know if I'm being petty, but I told him no, absolutely not. He hasn't even seemed to acknowledge the fact that he got her pregnant when we were trying to get back together, but that's a battle I just can't get the energy to fight. My ex-mother-in-law has remained pretty neutral, and I have a pretty good relationship with her, but she's been putting a bit of pressure on me to give him the stuff. Am I the idiot for not even considering passing the baby stuff on to him? Not the idiot, don't do it, he absolutely does not deserve it. Did you even ever get the $300 back he stole? No, if I'm honest, I didn't really talk to him after that. Anything to do with our daughter goes via his mom. I want to try and maintain my composure for my daughter. I couldn't cope with his BS excuses anymore. He doesn't seem to think he owes me anything. Update. Not sure if anyone will read this, but I wanted to place my thoughts and update anyone who was interested. I found it quite therapeutic posting here. My ex had a baby boy. He finally got the son he wanted. I ended up giving him the very few items that he bought for our daughter, which mainly consisted of novelty hats and novelty baby grows. Unfortunately, he has little to do with our daughter. He has let her down many times since the new baby came. I won't close the door as I want to be able to hold my head high and tell her I never stopped him seeing her, even though a big part of me wants to tell him to do one. It breaks my heart that she gets so excited and he lets her down. I have toyed with going to court to make him fight for visitation. I just don't think he cares enough. On a positive note, my daughter is very happy, and my brother and his wife are very involved, so she can see what a healthy relationship looks like. I'm not interested in meeting anyone at the moment, but maybe one day I'll dip my foot back in. I also got a promotion at work, so I am in a much happier place now. So, he wasn't just a manipulative a-hole, jerk, deadbeat father, and lousy partner. He was also a cheater, got it? Well, you got yourself out of a big mess, OP. And I understand that you're sad right now for being deceived by this guy once again, and about your daughter's lack of future prospects of having her father present in her life, but still, maybe this is a blessing in disguise. And I still think you should take him to court. It could be, at least, a financial security for you and your daughter. But yes, as you said, I don't think he'll fight for visitation rights either. I'm sorry for everything you went through with him, OP. And no, I don't think you are the idiot for not giving him your daughter's baby things, so he could use it on his new baby that was conceived when he was cheating on you. But anyway, congratulations on the promotion, and it's great that you have your brother and sister-in-law's support. I hope things only get better for you and your daughter from now on. Good luck, OP. And what did you think of this whole situation? What other advice would you give to OP? Don't forget to leave your opinions in the comments. And that's it for today, everyone. I hope you enjoyed it. If so, go watch the video that is appearing on the screen right now or click on one of our playlists that are in the description to watch more videos. Until next time.